Hello everyone, how are you today? Happy resumption. School is back. I know many people are so glad, while some are angry that wow, they want to still be on holidays. But whichever side you are, either you are happy school has resumed or you are angry school has resumed. I want you to know that 2024 is another wonderful year. Academically, you have to determine to be successful. As a student, you should know that success is your number one goal. I mean, utmost success should be your number one goal. There are many forces of distraction around students. There are distraction from fellow students, distraction from neighborhood, distraction from the community, distraction from social media, distraction from your smartphones. You need to stay away from distractions as a student and get your attention on your books. Have a right priority. Don't misplace your priorities, because if you do so, at the end of the term when you're collecting your results, I pray you will not be regretting that, oh, had I known. That will not be your portion. So I want to give you a few tips to overcome distraction as school resume right now. Few tips, and I believe these tips are going to really help you a lot wherever you are and whoever you are, no matter your level. Either you are in high school, even in primary school, or you are an higher institution student. Okay, the first tip I'm going to give you is number one, reduce your talking. I discover students talk a lot, especially in the class. Let's focus on class now. When you are in the class and classroom activities are going on, either in a lecture level or in a teaching level, okay, you need to reduce your talking. I was telling a student recently that is it possible that as I'm writing on the board, and I'm writing, for instance, I'm writing with on the whiteboard, and at the same time I'm telling you how I'm going to go to the market after school, how I'm going to buy an item, or I'm going to cook at home, and I'm at the same time simultaneously I'm writing notes for you on the board, or I'm explaining a particular topic to you, and I'm also now distracting myself with the story of how I want to go to the market, or how I want to wash the laundry, or do this or that. That is absurd. So if you are doing that, maybe a teacher is in front of you and he or she is explaining something or is writing on the board, and your friends are discussing with you, or you're discussing with your friends. Let me tell you, this will affect your concentration mode. You will not be able to assimilate. There's something I've learned as I'm writing notes as a student. When I was a student, as I'm writing, something is dropping in my head, something is dropping in my brain as I'm writing the notes. So there are ways which you can assimilate. When you are writing notes, you can assimilate something from what you are writing. But that's why you must avoid talking too much in class. Don't be a noisemaker. Don't be a troublesome student, okay? Avoid talking too much. Fix your eyes on your teacher or your lecturer in front of you. Read their lips as they are talking. Read their lips. Watch their gestures and their action instead of talking and chatting away your time in class, okay? And the second tip I'll be giving you is read, and read. This is week 1 for high school students. I don't know the semester higher institution students are right now, because I'm an high school personnel. So right now, as an high school student, week 1, start reading. I used to tell my students, you don't learn how to shoot a gun on the war front. Do you do that? No. You learn shooting of your gun from the first day you are enrolled as either a cadet or a soldier or whatever you are enrolled in a military setting. So likewise, as a student, you don't start reading at week 14 or on the day of your exam or on the day of your CA, continuous assessment. You start reading from today, from right now. Okay, you start your reading immediately the term kicks off. Even before the term kicks off, during your holiday, let reading be your habit. Let your parents catch you reading. Let them catch you solving your mathematics. Let them catch you writing comprehension or writing summaries or doing something that has to do with your books. Okay, let teachers catch you reading all the time. We teachers, we know students that are studious and students that are not studious. So make sure you are caught all the time. Let your friends come and report you that she's always reading, he is always reading. Let them report you that way. It's a good report, okay? So make sure you read all the time. And anytime you read, that will lead us to the next point. If you don't understand, learn to speak up, okay? Anytime you're reading and you don't understand what you're reading, learn to speak up. Speak to your teachers or speak to your friends that you think they are smarter than you. You know, the way God created everybody, there are some people that have this IQ. They have like 500% IQ. I'm just joking. There's nothing like 500% IQ. But there are some students that you know they are smarter than you. Maybe in some subject, you two are smarter than them in another aspect of some other subject. So speak to them. Don't be too proud or feel like, oh, they will make jest of me. They will laugh at me. No, it's called learning, okay? Speak to your teachers. Tell your teacher, oh sir, see this note, oh, I don't understand what you were saying about this particular aspect or this topic or this or that. The teacher will be glad. I, as a teacher, if my student come to me and ask me, oh ma, see what you taught us in this area, that area, please can you give or can you shed more light on this aspect? I will be very happy that, oh, see this student comes back after the class to ask question, or even in the class you can ask your question. So make sure you are speaking up on time to your teachers or to your friends that are smarter than you that can help you. Like I remember when I was in my higher institution, my 100 level, I was having difficulty in I can't remember that subject anymore, that course rather. It's called course. I can't remember. I was having difficulty and I had this my friend that very, very smart student. This person was the one who helped me to have my A in that subject. We call it 5 points. I have 5 points in that course rather. I have 5 points, and it was a friend, you know. So make sure you are always asking questions. You are always going back to your teachers or your friends to shed more light on any topic or any aspect of your subject that is not clear to you. And then the next point I'll be giving you is when you get back home, make sure you give yourself some kind of assignment. After the assignment teachers are giving you, solve what the assignment teachers are giving you, then still task yourself outside what the teacher are giving you. Then learn to read ahead, okay? That is what I'm trying to achieve here. Read ahead. By the grace of God, I believe you would have been given scheme of work. So with that scheme of work that you have been given from the beginning of the term to the end of the term, what you're going to cover, like a scope, like an outline of what you're going to cover for the whole time. So make sure that scheme of work, you run with it ahead of the class. Don't just keep that note and sweep it under the carpet. No, bring it out when you get home. Go through the textbook if you don't have, if you have, then if you don't have textbook, you have opportunities to go online. That's Google you are using to look for stupid things. You know what you do, students, when I say stupid things. So those things you do that are not good on that Google, can you channel that energy to searching that scheme of work on that Google? The scheme of work that I've been giving to you, use your Google if you don't have the textbook to search, type that topic. For instance, maybe in English language, we have week 1. From week 1, you have your parts of speech. Week 2, you have your summary. Week 3, you have orals and all that. Go ahead and if you don't have the textbook, type it on the on your internet, and the answers will be brought to you. Read through. By the time you come to the class, you know you have read ahead at all. By the time you come to the class and the teacher is talking on it, you'll be able to understand better than the students that just sat in the class, learnt in the class, and forgot any other thing after the class. I hope you get what I'm saying. So make sure you read ahead of the class, read ahead of your teachers, and ask questions. And then let me give you a last tip here. Learn to visit the libraries, okay? Visit the library. It's very good to visit the library. In the library, you will see materials that will help you more in your studies. Read from the library, read books, read online libraries too. There are online libraries, we have Wikipedia, we have ask.com and the like, so you can read on those platforms online, and also visit the physical library. There you can read materials even outside the textbook. You know, there are different authors, different textbooks on that particular course or subject. So read from the library, either online or the physical library. This will help you a lot. So let's do a recap. The first point I raised was that I said you should learn to avoid distractions by talking too much. Avoid it. Don't talk too much in the class or outside the class. Learn to be reserved. Let people say, oh, she doesn't talk much, he doesn't talk much, he's always reading. Yes, let them say you're always reading. And another point I raised, I said you should ask questions. If anything is not clear to you, ask questions. Feel free to ask questions. Okay, ask questions. And then another thing I told you is that you should read ahead of the class and also learn to read from the library. I believe with these few tips I've given you as the term has just commenced will help you throughout the term. And by the time you're writing your examination or your continuous assessment, success is already waiting for you. And I wish you all the best. I wish you a wonderful time, high academic performance, A's, distinctions, 5 points. God bless you. See you next time. And feel free, please, to subscribe to my channel and also share this with your friends, comment on it, and like the videos. Thank you so much.